Gentlemen, I'm going to ask you something personal right off the bat. Have you been waking up exhausted lately, even after full 8 hours of sleep? Have you noticed that your drive has dropped off, kind of out of nowhere? Or maybe the intimacy with your partner just isn't happening as often as it used to, or it doesn't feel the same way it did years ago? If you're over 60, you've probably chalked it up to getting older. You've probably told yourself, this is just how it is now. This is the new normal. But what if I told you that this kind of fatigue doesn't have to be your reality? That low energy, reduced desire, and a loss of confidence aren't always about age. They're often about something way more everyday than that. Something sitting right there in your kitchen, your diet. I'm Dr. Chloe Bennett, a general practitioner with over 25 years of clinical experience, and I've spent a huge part of my career working with men over 60 who come into my office feeling like a shadow of who they used to be. And today, I want to share something with you that has genuinely changed lives in my practice. We're not talking about expensive prescriptions. We're not talking about synthetic hormones or anything you need to order off some sketchy website. We're talking about 3 powerful fruits you can grab at your local Walmart, Whole Foods, or any farmer's market across the country. Fruits that can give you back the vitality you thought was gone for good. Before I get into that, let me tell you about one of my patients. I'll call him Michael. Michael was 65 years old when he first walked into my office in Chicago. He was a retired contractor, big guy, hands like a vice, the kind of man who spent his whole life being strong. And there he was, sitting across from me, telling me he could barely get through a morning walk without feeling wiped out. He'd stopped calling his buddies. He'd turned down his grandson's baseball games because he just didn't have the energy. He told me, "Dr. Bennett, I feel like someone turned the lights down inside me." Here's what was wild. His blood work came back almost completely normal. No diabetes, no major cardiac issues, nothing that jumped out and explained what he was going through. But what Michael didn't realize, what most men don't realize, is that a lot of what he was experiencing wasn't caused by age alone. It was caused by 3 specific systems in his body quietly breaking down. And those 3 systems can be supported naturally through food. So let me walk you through what those 3 systems are, because this is important. This is the foundation of everything I'm about to tell you. The first one is blood circulation. After 60, your blood vessels naturally lose some of their elasticity. Cholesterol and inflammation can start to build up, and it gets harder for blood to get where it needs to go. And I'm not just talking about your heart or your brain here. I'm talking about your muscles, your reproductive organs, every single cell in your body that needs oxygen and nutrients to function. When circulation is sluggish, everything feels sluggish. The second system is prostate health. I know, guys, nobody wants to talk about the prostate. It's not exactly dinner table conversation, but it matters. As men age, the prostate can enlarge, and that doesn't just cause urinary issues. It directly affects sexual performance and confidence. It affects sleep quality. It affects your whole quality of life. Honestly, the third system is cellular energy. Your mitochondria, the tiny powerhouses inside every cell in your body, start slowing down their energy production as you get older. Think of it like your internal battery not charging all the way anymore. You wake up tired, you hit a wall at 2 in the afternoon, you fall asleep on the couch before the game's even over. Here's the good news though, and this is why you're watching this video. All 3 of these systems can be strengthened naturally, and that's exactly what I helped Michael do. I recommended he start incorporating 3 specific fruits into his daily routine. 3 months later, Michael came back for a follow-up. And honestly, I almost didn't recognize him. His posture was different, his eyes were brighter. He told me he was sleeping through the night, his energy was back, and his relationship with his wife had improved in ways he hadn't expected. He actually laughed when he said that part. So let's get into it. What are these 3 fruits? The first one is pomegranate. Now I know what some of you are thinking. Doc, I've never bought a pomegranate in my life. Fair enough. Most of us grew up in households where pomegranates weren't exactly a staple. But hear me out, because this fruit is something else entirely when it comes to your cardiovascular and reproductive health. Pomegranate is loaded with polyphenols, specifically compounds called prepunicolagens, which are among the most potent antioxidants found in nature. These compounds do something remarkable. They help dilate your blood vessels, boost nitric oxide production, and reduce arterial inflammation. In plain English, your blood flows better, your organs get more oxygen, your whole body starts running more efficiently. A study out of the University of California found that men who drank pomegranate juice daily for 3 months experienced a significant improvement in erectile function. That alone got a lot of attention. But here's another one that I find equally compelling. Research conducted in Brazil by Unifesp, one of the top medical universities in South America, found that men over 60 who regularly consumed pomegranate had 37% fewer symptoms of benign prostatic hyperplasia compared to those who didn't include it in their diet. 37%. That is not a small number. And we're talking about a fruit, not a pharmaceutical. Now, I do want to address something here that comes up a lot in my practice, and I've seen it come up in questions from people watching videos like this one. What about diabetics? If you're managing blood sugar, and a lot of men over 60 are, whether it's full type 2 diabetes or prediabetes, you need to be thoughtful about fruit consumption. Pomegranate juice, in particular, can contain significant sugar content depending on how it's prepared or processed. My recommendation is to eat the seeds directly rather than drinking bottled juice, and if you are a diabetic or prediabetic, talk to your doctor before making significant changes to your fruit intake. That's not me being overly cautious. That's just good medicine. The fruit itself, consumed in reasonable amounts, has actually shown anti-inflammatory benefits that can support metabolic health, but portion control and monitoring still matter. How do you eat pomegranate? It's actually pretty simple once you get the hang of it. Cut it in half, hold it over a bowl, and tap the back firmly with a wooden spoon. The seeds fall right out. Eat a half a pomegranate in the morning. You can toss the seeds into your oatmeal, your Greek yogurt, or just eat them straight. If you want to go the juice route, make it fresh at home and skip the store-bought versions that are loaded with added sugar. The second fruit is avocado. Now this one, most of you are already eating, which is great. But I want you to understand why it's on this list, because it's not just about healthy fats in a general sense. It's about what those fats actually do for your hormonal health. Avocado is rich in monounsaturated fats, the good kind, that your body needs to produce testosterone. I know testosterone sounds like something only bodybuilders care about, but after 60, your testosterone levels naturally decline, and that decline affects everything. Your muscle mass, your energy levels, your mood, your libido, your ability to stay focused and motivated. Testosterone is a foundational hormone for men. Full stop. Avocado also contains magnesium, zinc, and vitamin E, all nutrients that are critical for keeping your hormonal balance in check. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology found that men who regularly consumed foods rich in healthy fats, like avocado, maintained higher testosterone levels than men who followed low-fat diets. Higher testosterone doesn't mean you're going to turn into a 25-year-old overnight. It means more consistent energy, better mental clarity, a more stable mood, and yes, a stronger libido. There's another benefit that doesn't get talked about enough. Avocado contains beta-sitosterol, a plant compound that helps reduce prostate inflammation and improve urinary flow. So if you've been dealing with that middle-of-the-night bathroom situation, getting up 2, 3, 4 times, avocado is genuinely working on that problem at a cellular level. For the diabetics in the audience, avocado is actually one of the best fruits you can eat if you're managing blood sugar. It's very low in carbohydrates, high in fiber, and the healthy fats actually help slow glucose absorption. Most endocrinologists and dietitians actively recommend avocado for diabetic patients. So this one is a green light for almost everyone. How do you eat it? Half an avocado a day is the sweet spot. Smash it on whole grain toast in the morning with a little salt and red pepper flakes. Slice it into your lunch salad. Or do what I do sometimes. Just cut it in half, drizzle a little olive oil and lemon juice on it, and eat it right out of the skin with a spoon. Simple, delicious, done. The third fruit is the banana. And look, I know, the banana feels almost too obvious. It's the fruit everyone's had since kindergarten. But I want to tell you why it absolutely belongs on this list, especially if you're dealing with fatigue and cardiovascular issues. Bananas are exceptionally high in potassium. One medium banana gives you around 400 milligrams of potassium, which is about 10% of your daily requirement. Why does that matter? Because potassium is essential for regulating blood pressure, and controlled blood pressure means better circulation. And better circulation means more energy, more vitality, and, yes, better sexual function. It all connects. Bananas also contain vitamin B6, which is crucial for producing neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. These aren't just mood chemicals in a vague sense. They directly influence your desire, your ability to enjoy intimacy, and your overall mental outlook. A vitamin B6 deficiency can cause fatigue, irritability, and a noticeable drop in libido. A lot of men are walking around deficient in B6 and don't even know it. There's also an enzyme in bananas called bromelain. Bromelain has been shown in multiple studies to improve blood circulation and reduce systemic inflammation, both of which contribute to better sexual function in men. Now, here's where I need to circle back to the diabetes question, because this one comes up all the time and it's completely legitimate. Bananas do contain more natural sugar than the other two fruits on this list, and their glycemic impact depends on ripeness. A riper banana has more sugar and a higher glycemic index than a slightly green one. If you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, I'm not telling you to eat 3 bananas a day. What I'm saying is, 1 banana, ideally slightly underripe as part of a balanced meal, rather than on its own as a standalone snack, is manageable for most people with controlled type 2 diabetes. But again, your doctor knows your specific situation. Check with them. That's always the right answer. How do you eat the banana? You already know. Eat it in the morning with your coffee. Slice it into your cereal. Blend it into a smoothie. Or grab one around 10 a.m. when you feel that mid-morning energy dip coming on. It's the most accessible fruit on this list, and you probably already have one sitting on your counter right now. All right, let's talk about how to actually put all 3 of these into your daily routine, because the last thing I want is for you to watch this video, feel motivated for 2 days, and then go back to your normal habits. That's not what's going to get you results. Here's what I recommend to my patients. Start your morning with half a pomegranate. Eat the seeds while you're having breakfast. Mix them into your oatmeal, your yogurt, whatever you're already eating. Around 10 a.m., have a banana as your mid-morning snack. At lunch, add half an avocado to whatever you're already eating. Toss it in a salad, put it on a sandwich, eat it plain. Just make sure it's part of your midday meal. If you want to simplify all of this even further, I'll give you my go-to smoothie. Half a pomegranate's worth of seeds, half an avocado, 1 banana, a handful of fresh spinach, a small piece of fresh ginger, and water or unsweetened almond milk. Blend for about 30 seconds. That's it! All 3 fruits in 1 glass first thing in the morning. I call it a vitality shot, and honestly, on my busiest clinic days, it's what keeps me going. Now, I want to be straight with you about something, and this is important. These fruits are not a magic cure. They're not going to fix everything overnight. I've had patients say to me, Dr. Bennett, I ate avocado for a week and nothing happened. I get it. But here's the truth. Most of my patients start noticing real changes. Better sleep, more consistent energy, improved mood, somewhere between 3 and 6 weeks of regular consumption. Some take closer to 3 months to see meaningful improvement. Every person's body is different, every metabolism is different, and the years of wear and tear your body has accumulated don't reverse in a week. What I tell every patient who starts this kind of nutritional shift is this: make these fruits as automatic as brushing your teeth. Don't think about it as a diet or a program. Just make it part of your daily routine until it becomes invisible. That consistency is everything. Let me tell you about one more patient, and because I think his story is going to resonate with a lot of you. I'll call him James. James was 68 when he came to see me in my Chicago office. He was a retired firefighter, tough as nails, but he'd been dealing with chronic fatigue and prostate issues that were waking him up 3 or 4 times every night to use the bathroom. He was miserable. His wife told him he'd become a completely different person. Withdrawn, irritable, not the man she married. I put James on the same nutritional protocol I've been describing, the 3 fruits daily and consistent, along with a few other lifestyle adjustments. 8 weeks later, he called me. He told me he was sleeping through the night, down from 4 bathroom trips to maybe 1, sometimes 0. His energy was back. He'd started going to his granddaughter's soccer games on Saturday mornings. He sounded like a different person on the phone. His wife sent me a note. She actually mailed it, an old school handwritten card, saying it was like getting her husband back. These stories are not outliers. I've watched this play out dozens of times over 25 years of practicing medicine. It's not magic. It's biology. It's nutrition, doing exactly what nutrition is supposed to do when you give your body what it actually needs. But I want to be completely honest with you, the same way I'm honest with every patient who sits across from me. Before you make any significant changes to your diet, especially if you're on medications for blood pressure, heart disease, kidney issues, or diabetes, talk to your doctor first. Some of the compounds in pomegranate, for example, can interact with certain blood pressure and cholesterol medications. Potassium from bananas can be a concern if you have kidney disease. These are real considerations. These fruits are powerful, and power comes with responsibility. These are also meant to complement your existing care, not replace it. If you're taking medication for your prostate, for diabetes, for anything, keep taking it. Don't stop your prescriptions because you watched a YouTube video. Use these fruits as an addition to your healthcare, not a substitute for it. One of my patients said something to me a few years back that I think about often. I'll call him Robert. He was 67, and after about 3 months on this protocol, he came in for a follow-up and said, "Dr. Bennett, I'm not trying to be 40 again. I just want to be the best 67-year-old I can be." That right there is the whole point. It's not about turning back the clock. It's not about becoming someone you used to be. It's about optimizing the body you have right now, at the age you are. You don't need to run marathons. You don't need to be in the gym 5 days a week. You just need enough energy to enjoy your life, to be present with your partner, to show up for your grandkids, to do the things that matter to you without that constant wall of exhaustion holding you back. So here's what I want you to do this weekend. Go to the grocery store. Doesn't matter if it's Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, your neighborhood Kroger, or the produce stand around the corner from your house. Pick up some pomegranates, a few avocados, and a bunch of bananas. Start tomorrow morning. Give yourself 90 days of consistency and pay attention to what happens. Watch how your energy shifts. Watch how your sleep changes. Watch how your mood and your confidence start to follow. And if you have questions, especially if you're managing diabetes, blood pressure, or any other condition, please bring this up with your own doctor. Show them this video if you want. I believe in this approach completely, and I also believe that good medicine means working with your healthcare team, not around them. You've spent decades taking care of everyone else, your family, your colleagues, your community. You've earned the right to take care of yourself now. Your health is your most valuable asset at this stage of life. And the people who love you need you at your best. I'm Dr. Chloe Bennett, and I'll see you in the next video.